I leaned against the wall like someone begging for comfort from something that would never hold me back. I slid down slowly, deliberately, as if each inch of descent was a deeper dive into myself. The tears didn't knock before entering, they burst out, multiplying, an endless stream hidden somewhere in my chest. My face, drowned, my thoughts flooded with doubt and disappointment. Why me? Why him? The floor received me as if it were my final destination. I curled up, hugging my knees, shrinking my body until it could disappear. And then I screamed. But the scream had no audience. It was only for my own silence. A silence so uncomfortable, so cruel, that it ate away at what was left of me. Funny how the deepest pain always feels like a scene from a movie. Except in real life, there's no cut, no retouching, no relief once the crying is done. Only the echo, bouncing back from the walls. That's the thing. Isn't it strange? We watch a movie and suddenly it feels worth it just because of a crying scene. The most emotional moment. The tears feel so real that we forget it's fiction. The actress leans against the wall. She slides down. Her hands tangled in her hair, her arms folded, her eyes lost in despair. She cries and cries. And we cry too, because her collapse becomes ours. Then like magic, the screen cuts. The next morning she wakes up with flawless skin, no puffy eyes, her hair shining like a commercial. Pain, apparently, expires after 12 hours of sleep. And I, naive, inspired, try to imitate. No boyfriend, no script, no camera crew. Just me, a battlefield of condensed milk cans turned into homemade brigadeiro. Endless hours in front of the TV, and the stubborn desire to live my own cinematic breakdown. The result? Let's just say it wouldn't have passed an audition. So I tried the second formula, the classic. Crying in the shower. Who hasn't been hypnotized by those scenes? The actress leaning on the wet tiles, the tears blending with water, her body sliding like silk against the cold ceramic. They scrub themselves as if soap could rinse away sadness, as if lavender fragrance could dissolve heartbreak. Some collapse dramatically, sitting under the water like wilted flowers. It's powerful. It's raw. It's cinematic. But for me, that version had one major flaw. Too many siblings, too many people barging in, and a bathroom that never stayed spotless. The idea of sitting on the wet floor wasn't tragic or poetic, it was just gross. No matter how heartbroken I was, bacteria would always ruin my scene. But here's the question that keeps haunting me. Who invented the rule that a beautiful cry needs a wall? Who decided despair only looks authentic when sliding down concrete? Maybe it was born from the old saying that walls have ears. Because they're always there. Silent. Heavy. Steady. They don't walk away. They don't change the subject. They don't roll their eyes. They just stay. And somehow, in their muteness, they become perfect listeners. They absorb the noise. They swallow the anger. They hold secrets that no diary could handle. They are the quietest witnesses of all our dramas. And people treat them in such different ways. Some attack them punches, kicks, objects hurled against the plaster, because it feels like the wall deserves to suffer too. As if the wall were guilty. As if by hitting it hard enough, it might finally confess something, offer advice, or take sides. Others talk to them. Yes, entire monologues aimed at drywall. People whisper stories to the walls, sometimes for hours, pouring out every humiliation and every dream. Not alone, never alone. With them, with the walls. Because if there's one thing that knows the truth about us, it's not our friends, not our therapist, not even our mothers. It's the four walls of our bedroom. They've seen the ugliest nights, the rehearsed speeches we never gave, the breakdowns we swore we'd never have again. If walls could talk, God help us all. But maybe the real question isn't if they have ears, it's if they have eyes. Because it feels like they do. They see. They remember. Every scratch, every dent, every crack is a frozen memory. A mark of the time I threw a photo frame across the room. A stain of paint smudged by the path of a tear. They know each and everything. Things I thank the universe every day for keeping hidden. Because if walls ever grew a mouth, I don't think the world would survive. Maybe that's why they make us feel safe. It doesn't make sense, rationally speaking. But emotionally, instinctively we trust them. We lean our foreheads against their surface, wet their paint with saltwater tears, smash stuffed animals against them, because they couldn't fix our loneliness. And the walls? They just stay there, silent, patient, witnesses that never betray us. And here's something I've never understood. Why is it mostly women who share this bond with walls? They're cold, static, mute on paper. They have nothing special. But in practice, they're our support system. They're our cinematic stage. They're the audience we didn't choose but always needed. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe it's the certainty that, in the middle of collapse, there will always be something or someone to hold us up, even if it's made of cement and paint. A partner who never interrupts, who never says, "Get over it," who never tells us to be strong, who just lets us fall. And in that falling, we create art. Our personal chaos becomes a private movie. Walls, our dear, underestimated walls. What would I be without you? Who would I be in the middle of nowhere, at Zero Fool's Street, without your cover, without your protection, without your silence? Without you, I'd be unanchored. I'd be exposed. Without you, maybe I wouldn't have survived myself. Cold and lifeless as you are, you became my most faithful confidants. The frame of my anguish, the shadow of my hopes, the stage where my tears learned how to fall. You don't hug me, but you keep me standing. You don't talk back, but you hear everything. You don't comfort me, but you hold my weight. And in a strange way, that's enough. So let me make a declaration. Lovers of walls, let's unite. Let's give them the value they deserve. Next time you collapse, don't fight it. Lean on them. Cry against them. Whisper your secrets. Pound your fists. Let the world see that every scene, every heartbreak, every collapse is more powerful when it's framed by a wall. Don't underestimate the art of leaning. Don't underestimate the beauty of a breakdown with a backdrop. If you must crumble, do it like cinema. And if you must cry, let the walls witness. Because maybe it's not us who choose the walls. Maybe it's the walls who choose us. And in their silence, they accept us. Over and over again. And if you've read or listened this far, maybe you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you've had your own wall, stained with your tears. Maybe you've whispered your secrets into the plaster. Maybe you've screamed into its silence, and it screamed back nothing, and that nothing was exactly what you needed. If this story touched you, if it pulled at your own hidden echoes, then come with me. There are more stories like this, stories that drip like tears, that stick like paint, that echo like screams in an empty room. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and step into this universe with me. Because here, every video is another wall where you can lean your weight, collapse safely, and know you are not alone.